All right, so when people go to shidduchim, there's like a certain procedure slash ritual in which you have to go. Listen, there is a lot of good thing to say about the shidduchim process, where when you go through a shadchan or something like that, but it's sometimes a little fake. It's it's not natural. You have to go through a shadchan But let's keep that issue for a second and we'll look at the dating process itself. So you go to the first date. So the first date is basically saying, is this for me, is not for me? Do we have any common ground, any raw material which we could forge together into potentially something that is worthwhile? So that's the first date. How are you? What's your name? Tell me a little bit about yourself. I'll tell you about, and so on and so forth. So let's say that passed and it was okay. So you go on a second date. A second date, you go a little bit deeper. But you're starting to have an idea, I don't know, I feel a little bit comfortable about this. She said something, I'm not so, or he said something that it's not so, I don't know, I'm not so 100% about that. So comes the third date, and that's a crucial date. This is where you start to clarify things. It says, listen, for example, you said that you want to be, I don't know, what do you want to be? You want to be a Talmid Chacham. But you also going to business school. How exactly are you going to do this? How are you going to juggle this? Are you going to learn what are you doing this? Are you learning, getting a degree to have something in your pocket just in case something happens? Or are you planning to work half of it? You clarify things. Are you a teacher? Yes, I'm a teacher. Are you willing to work in a public school? No, I'm only going to work in yeshiva. Okay, but I'm going to be learning in Kollel, and how are we going to make a living? So you need to clarify those things out. And then you go, and let's say everything is okay, and you really start to see that you have a lot in common. You both like hiking, you like sports car, you like going to shopping in Nordstrom, I don't know, whatever you like to do, whatever everybody likes to do. So then you go on a fourth date. And the fourth date is quite serious. Now you're talking about real tachlis, you're really trying to put the whole thing together to see if the puzzle would fit. If after the fourth day, going into the fifth day, if I'm going to ask you about the person, so, versus this, what's going to be? What's going to be, boy? Yes or no? And then you're going to say, let me think of it, right? Let me think about it. I'm not quite sure. You're not quite sure, so I'm going to tell you something. Instead of dating the fifth or the sixth date, if you're not quite sure, instead of doing that, you should go to a psychologist. Most likely you cannot make a decision. Or you simply don't know what you want. So do yourself a favor and do other people a favor. Define what is it that you really want before you date. Because you're wasting somebody's time and your mama's going to have that. That's how you go out with this girl, right? And you tell her that you want to be this, and you want to do that, and you want to do this, and you want to do that. And she says, that's terrific, that's wonderful. All right, I have a little itch on my finger here. And he said, no, that's what you tell the guy. He says, I don't know. Why? I don't know if that's what I want. Do you know what you want? And that's where the problem starts. That's why you're going to get 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 years old, you're still not going to be married. Because you really haven't defined what is it that you're looking for, truthfully. Not whatever your Rebbeim told you, and not what they told you in seminars or what they told you in yeshiva. What is it that you really want? Every girl wants a learner and earner. Usually. But when it comes to that, they don't even want a learner, they just want an earner. Girls don't want they say about the Satmar Rav, that he said that there are two things that people say that they would like to watch, to like to find, and they hope they would never will. First thing, chametz in Erev Pesach. Everybody says they want to find chametz, but they hope they don't find it. The second one is a son-in-law who is a Talmid Chacham. Everybody wants a son-in-law who is Talmid Chacham. Well, I couldn't find it. Why? Because if you're marrying a Talmid Chacham, you will have to be mefarnes him. You have to help him. How in the world is he supposed to become a Talmid Chacham if he's going to work? Would you be willing to to go to a doctor who is half a day a doctor, the other day, I don't know, the other half a day a barber? Because of Obamacare. Fine, I don't care, Obamacare, not Obamacare. but are you willing to go to a doctor like this? So why are you saying, well, what kind of Talmid Chacham would that be? Okay, listen, things happen. Things happen, life will take you to this direction, and will take you that direction. And who and I can give you tremendous examples about my own personal thing. I thought I'm going to go here, and I end up there. But I should have a plan to know what I want. And then you maneuver together with your wife and your husband. You maneuver together to whatever life takes you. But you should have an initiating plan. Having a husband who is a Talmid Chacham, who is a true Ben Torah, is not just a word. The guy is the commodity here. Listen. There's many halachot in the Shulchan Aruch. But there's also halakha that the father should not give his daughter to an Am Haaretz. In Saloniki, to marry your daughter to a Ben Torah was a tremendous zchut. You had to be so lucky to marry your daughter to a Ben Torah, and the parents would support him tremendously because it was a big zchut. What would be better for your daughter than a son-in-law who's a husband who is a Talmid Chacham, a Ben Torah? He's going to treat her appropriately. And what could be better than to marry a girl that appreciates that? If you really are a Ben Torah and really are machshiv Torah to what you say to everybody you do, so therefore, what difference does it really make? How does the girl look? Okay, so she has a couple extra pounds, so who cares? Why are you marrying Bar Rafaeli? Who are you marrying here? A model or Eshet Chayil? You know what they say? You're going to marry for money. You're going to end up working for it. Beauty goes away. Internal beauty stays. So in that matter, both boys and girls are guilty. And some of the institutions, because they inappropriately prepare those guys and girls to the marriage life. They tell them one thing, you should marry a Ben Torah, you should marry a Talmid Chacham, you should marry. Okay, so the girl goes out to the world and she says, okay, I'm going to marry Talmid Chacham, I'm going to marry a Ben Torah. When push comes to shove, she doesn't want it. Because she doesn't want to give up her comfort. What's comfort? What, are you marrying a shoe? You marrying a slipper? I want my shoe to be comfortable. I want my slippers to be comfortable. I don't want my wife to be comfortable. Was she a sofa? I want my wife to have qualities of a Eshet Chayil. Yirat Shamayim, Rodefet Chesed. Somebody will be a model for my children. Somebody would allow me to develop to the best of my abilities and would allow me to help her to develop the best of her abilities. They don't want to give up their comfort. She wants a vacation, she wants a ring. I don't get anything less than 2-carat diamond with high-low. Hey, you pay for it. You're going to pay for it. That's fine. How in the world would a guy who learns in Torah, in Yeshiva all the time, he learns, how in the world is supposed to get you a 2-carat diamond ring? From where? He is a diamond. And we need to understand that. And we need to tell it to our girls, and we need to tell it to our boys, and we need to help them verbalize and what is it that they really want. And help them to correct it and to see the right thing. Don't just put ideas in their heads and just set them loose, because what happens is they create tremendous anxiety in them. Because they know what is right, but that's not what they want. And that's an anxiety, and therefore they cannot make a decision. That's why I said to you, go to a psychologist. He will help you make decisions. Verbalize it. Or go to a rabbi who would be able to guide you through that, through what is really important in life. What do you really want out of this life? What do you want out of this life? What kind of a husband? What kind of a wife? What kind of a house do you want? Unless you know, I don't think you should have any business dating. Well, have a nice day.